Hello, everyone. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Joined this Thursday afternoon by Doris Burke. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. First for Indiana, George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. And starting 7'2", one of the true giants in the game, another great big man out of Georgetown, Roy Hibbert. Then there's Danny Granger, and it's West in at the 4. And for Washington, Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. And in at center, former NCAA champion at UConn in 2005, Rookie of the Year, a strong-bodied 6'10" Emeka Okafor. Then it's Porter. Then it's Nene in at the 4 slot.
You know, in order to win your division, you have to be able to win games against the rest of your conference, and that's exactly what Indiana did last season. A tough team in a tough division, and they gave no ground to other teams in the East.
Now here's Wall. Pass to Beal. Back to Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. Okafor dishes the Wall. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Nene. Washington needs to get a shot off here. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Nene. Wall's got the first points up on the board here for the Wizards. And here's Indiana. It's a 3-point game. And the Pacers, as you mentioned, Clark, very solid against the other teams in the East as they would cruise to a 31-20 record against the rest of conference.
And really, that's because this team is built to handle anything that's thrown at them. Given it's a big, strong, kind of old-school team. They'll pound you inside, they rebound, they protect the paint. There aren't a lot of matchups that seem to bother this team.
Beal, defended by George. Here is Porter. It's Beal on the wing. Uncovered, and he hits the jumper for 2.
Yeah, and he's a bomber. I mean, that's what I love about him. He's as good a three-point shooter as you'll see. And, of course, has a green light to let it fly anytime he wants.
And another specialty of his is the 3-ball from the corner. That's his signature shot.
And Okafor with the block. Beal with it. George picks him up. Beal the pass to Nene. The Pacers pull it in. Granger right side. Wall with some nice defense.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Soft touch off the glass. Wall's got 5.
How about that? Been up strong. I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Granger from outside. No good on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Wizards. They lead by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, Stephen Clark, your thoughts?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement. It's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, for David West, he was signed by the Pacers back in 2011, and he's helped them advance from a team that had lost in the first round to a team that pushed the Miami Heat to 7 games in the conference finals. Now, re-signed by the Pacers, and teammate Roy Hibbert happy to have him back. Hibbert said, before David got here, we were soft. All we would do is shoot threes, and that was it. He came here, and he brought confidence. We played hard, we played together, and played as a team. Guys, David a leader on and off the floor.
Well, Doris, confidence so key in this league. Thanks.
And, you know, talk about Frank Vogel, guys, and the Pacers. It seemed he won over his roster from the moment he took over. He placed a lot of confidence and trust in his players, and most importantly, brought a breath of positivity and positive energy to that locker room and to that team.
Good.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Washington leading now by 5. Here's Maynard. He's covered by Watson. Ariza kicks to Maynard. And a miss there on the triple. And back to Vogel, he really helped instill the identity of this Pacers team of toughness and defense, and Steve, that willingness to battle.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit with their personnel. The way he motivates this team to defend and play with that edge. I just love this group, the Pacers team, the talent, along with Frank Vogel. Just a really nice fit.
And that one's good.
He's found a rhythm here in this second quarter, guys. He looks good.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Made off the pick from Booker. Another one falls for Washington.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. He gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now Watson. He feeds to Granger from the arc. And the first half ends in a close one. Wizards lead by 4. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Thursday night means basketball on 2K Sports. Thanks so much for joining us for the halftime report. Washington leading against Indiana, having their way on offense, and that may be an understatement. They simply can't miss. John Wall certainly contributing with his all-court play, and Bradley Beal has also been getting it done for them. And doing their best to stay alive, the Indiana Pacers. Hard to find a lot to like about their performance so far. They'll need to pay much better attention in the second half to the details. The details. A rough first half for Danny Granger. Dreadful from the field. He hasn't connected on any of his shots. Thanks for joining us as we get back out now to the Verizon Center.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back. A picturesque view here of the Capitol Building here in Washington, D.C.
Well, it was an ugly start to the season for the Wizards. Tried to revamp by trading for a host of veterans, but out of the gate, times were tough as they lost their first 12. Eventually got things turned around and were more dangerous when John Wall got healthy.
Hill dishes to Hibbert. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hibbert's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Pacers. The Wizards with the lead. And Beal kicks the Wall. Nene setting the pick for Wall. And that one's good. Wall's got 7 points. The difference for the Wizards after Wall came back, as you said, Clark, was just day and night. They were so much more energized and seemed to relish the role of playing the split for a lot of teams, Steve, down the stretch.
Yeah, they looked like a playoff team by the end of the year, and that's the challenge this season. As we watch this club play it out, I mean, can they stay healthy? Can they continue that hot run that they had at the end of last year, and can that carry over into this one?
Granger's gone 1 of 3 from three-point land. Wall against Hill. Okafor with the screen on Hill. Right side Wall. The shot is off, so Indiana will take it the other way. Porter against Granger for the lead. Shot's good. Granger's got 5 points in the quarter.
And it was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
That's tipped. And George, here we go. That's good.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Nene the pass to Wall. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And the Pacers with possession here. 3-point lead. Hill dishes to George. Pass to West. West right side. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
This game has taken on a new feel since halftime.
For sure, the energy level on both sides has gone way up after the break.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Indiana out in front. They lead by 5. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. All with it. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. Wall against Hill. It's Wall with the drive. And the shot is good. Wall's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Wizards. Indiana leading by 3. And the officials signal the backcourt motion. Not very careful there.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
The Pacers making a switch here. Fingers checked in. And Wall. Here we go now. A nice shot by Booker.
Boy, poor defense both ends. It kind of reminds me of your teams, Clark.
Well, not exactly. We did give a little better effort. I mean, neither squad really digging in at that end. At least we tried to play defense.
Here's Granger. Rejected by Sullivan. They get it back. Hibbert kicks to Granger. Is it 3? Another miss by Granger.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Huge points.
That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
.59 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Hill up out, covered by Wall. Here's Stevenson. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. Paul George, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, we should be looking at a 3-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
Hill passes to George. And there's the feed to Hibbert. It's stolen by Ariza. Makes the lead back.
Boy, that was a massive sequence of events there. Absolutely clutch defense to trigger the break.
And we've seen games decided on plays, Clark, just like that.
Effort and hustle plays often are big plays for a team.
Yeah, what a time to blow up a play and then turn it into a slam at the other end.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hit. To halt the run. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. He hits both from the stripe.
Rock solid there. That trims it to a one-possession game, so critical free throw.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker. And he does get the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the Pacers call time here. They're behind by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You've got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
It's Wall with the drive.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Now here's Hibbert. Outside Hill. The 3 from George. Oh, he knocks it in, a beautiful buzzer beater.
Just in time.
A lightning bolt to win it at the buzzer.
That is incredible. A sensational finish to a sensational game.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Danny Granger.